Hey everyone, it's Jenny. I'm back with another project share. I hope you can't hear my husband and daughter having flute class right now, but I tried to move in the living room so it wasn't as loud. But anyway, if you hear flute noises, then it's because they're having a class right now. Anyway, I wanted to just share that in my last video I talked about I had subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, which is a Stampin' Up like a project kit that comes to you monthly. So I signed up for 3 months just to try it because all my friends really like it that order it, and I never ordered it before, so I thought, okay, I'll give it a shot. The first kit I got, I really didn't like, and I still don't like it. I tried to look at it to see if I could alter it in some way, and it's just not me. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I did open last month's kit. So in my last video, I shared the May kit, which is the rainbow one. And so today I opened up last month's, which was April. No, yeah, it was April. And it was this trees. I guess it's like a family. My Wonderful Family, I guess, is the theme. And so it had like a stamp set that was like family oriented. Here it looks like this. So it had the tree, but it had like Mother's Day and all the different relationships, like dad and brother and so forth. And then a lot of like family kind of sentences. Sorry, I'm laughing because I hear my family playing flute. See? So, not that I don't love my family, but we don't usually send mushy cards like this to each other. So, in fact, I hardly send cards to my family, which is really bad. But I'll send to my nieces, but they are more like, they like cutesy kind of stuff, so it's not that appropriate for them. And then for my mom, if I make her a card, it's more like using my sister's images because I know that's what she likes. So like I said, this is not really like a style that I would use for my family stuff, but I just wanted to use up the stuff since I bought the kit already. So the kit comes with a lot of these like these die cuts to make these two different types of cards, and of course you can alter it. It also comes with the stamp set. It came with a I guess it's like a olive pear color, which I can probably use that. And then it came with these die cuts, and it also came with pearls and some ribbon, but that was like the majority of the kit. And so you could make 8 cards with it, and it came with the card bases. One of the card bases I couldn't even figure out, like actually I had to watch a video to see like how they put it together, so I'll show you more about that. So I didn't totally follow what they gave because I didn't, once I started, because I had changed the background paper, I didn't like, not that I didn't like the words, but it wasn't really me. So I decided I was gonna use this leaf, and then I just felt like it was too dark for the whole card. So I opted not to use it, and I'll probably just try and use it on something else later. But anyway, so this is what they had showed you to make, and they do give instructions inside. See, like it tells you what to do. I kind of didn't really want to stamp, so I was going to try and do the tree card without stamping, but in the end I had to do it because it was too light what was already on it. So these are like the variations that they give you, like other ideas. So you can stamp the tree in like other colors, you know, and you can make it look like a flower, like a hydrangea. But I mostly just did the same design for these. So this is the first one. So the card itself comes, and it's cut right here. So this part like folded up and down. So I guess what I didn't like about that is that it kept getting stuck on each other. So what I ended up doing was I ended up taping the sides down and leaving this as a pocket because let me back up. The reason what I decided to do is make them all sympathy cards because I only have like one sympathy card left, and it's not something that you really like want to make, but it's something that you need just like to have handy because it's unexpected, right? And then also I felt like this type of card, like although it's kind of whimsical, but it matched being a sympathy card, so that's why I decided to do that. Okay, so going back now, when we give sympathy cards normally in Hawaii, we usually give money. So I thought that this was good to have a pocket so that we could insert a check or cash or whatever into the card. So the only thing that I'm missing is I have to stamp the inside. Usually I rather put a sentiment in there so that I don't have to write that much, especially if it's someone I don't really know. Like we give a lot just for like coworkers and their parents and like people we probably haven't even met. But you want to like support the family. So anyway, so that's just how we do it in Hawaii. I'm not sure how it is in the mainland. But anyway, so going back to the card, it actually came with like pre-printed like flower looking stuff, but when you put this dark tree bark on it, it kind of faded into the background, and so I see why they tell you to use your stamp. The way the stamp is positioned on here, I don't know what I did with the stamp. It actually is only half of the tree, so you have to stamp it twice. Here, let me show you. So this is the stamp. And so I thought, oh, you can do it like that, but then the tree stem or the the trunk is too big for this particular one. So maybe like if you just use this one, you can use just the top. If you just use this trunk, but because I wanted to use the pre-cut one, they tell you to do like half and then half. So I did that, and so the first one I did, I used my Distress Oxide inks because usually that gives me a pretty good impression on it. And of course I use my Misty so that I can position it perfectly and re-ink if I need to. And so I used that. I actually tried several colors to see what color would match like this background the best with this. And I used the Citron. Twisted Citron, I think it's called. So it's kind of a yellowish, greenish color, which I do like. But then I decided to try it with the cracked pistachio, and I kind of like that better. So I decided to do the rest of them in this more ombre look. But I did end up using the Twisted Citron on this whole one. So once you stamp both, this one actually had a big gap in the center because I didn't position it correctly. But because I knew I was going to put the tree there, I knew I could still use it. So after I glued down the trunk, I had to like study it to see like what order I put them down in. So I put down the trunk, and then I attached this strip, which also came with the kit, right on the edge of the card, and then I stuck the banner halfway down. And this gave it more of a pop of color because otherwise this dark green really like distracts from the rest of the card. And then I did pop off the two birds, and then I added the bling. And then this with Sympathy is actually a Simon Says stamp die that I bought a while ago. Not that long ago. I don't really like making sympathy cards for obvious reasons. But then once I realized I needed to have at least a few, I did buy some. So this one, I bought it because it was like a thinner and smaller phrase so that I could fit it on a smaller section if I needed to. So it worked out perfectly for this card. So I made the pocket on the inside so that we can just insert our money. So I did these two basically the same. The only difference is the color of the tree. So this one is the Twisted Citron and the cracked pistachio. And then these two are basically the same. So I used the butterflies. That's the only difference on these cards. And I kind of like how they came out. Like at first I wasn't digging this kit too much. But because I knew I was going to use it for sympathy cards, and because I don't know. Once I stamped it, I was like, okay, I'm fine. I just I didn't feel like stamping. But so this card was the one that I didn't know how to fold. I felt so stupid. I actually had to watch a tutorial. So when you get the card, it was actually folded this way in the kit. So I was like, okay, I don't know what to do with this because it already had this fold here. And I'm like, why is it sticking out? And I looked at the picture and I couldn't figure it out. And then I realized that you have to fold it back this way. Then it's one of those Z cards that we all know and love. So You know, actually, it had that other piece. I actually used it behind it so that I would have, see how it has like all that writing on there. It's all about family. You can actually cut it down and make sentiments out of it. But what I did was I just mounted this cardstock on it, and then I cut it down because this cardstock is double-sided and I didn't want anything to be on the back. This is actually from that new collection I just got. This from Simple Stories, this one. The vintage, Simple Vintage Garden District. So I used some of the papers from that. So this one was already on the cardstock, and then this one is from that new paper pad I got. And then this collection of ephemera is actually an old Kaiser Craft. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, it's gonna have some crinkling. I know I had a lot of crinkling in my other video. It probably drove a lot of you crazy. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So I bought this. I must have bought this ephemera a long time ago. There used to be a shop. I think it was called Scrapper's Den, and I'm pretty sure I got it from her because I think she carried a lot of the Kaiser Craft collections. And so this is all the different ephemera in the kit, and I never used it. I really like the colors. At the time, I was very into shabby chic and vintage looking stuff. So I thought I would make use of it. And I was telling my friends, a lot of times for me, it's like out of sight, out of mind. So if I don't see it out, I forget about it. So it was actually tucked away in one of my drawers. And I decided to start pulling out whatever ephemera I could find. And that was one of the kits I found. So I thought it kind of matched with this teal color. And then since I put the pink, it was definitely the same color scheme. So I just pulled out a bunch of ephemera from that and I started layering it. And then I die cut the With Sympathy in gold and also in some watercolor cardstock because that's kind of strong. And then I just used that. So it's kind of a simple card. Again, I'm going to stamp a sentiment here so that we don't have to write as much. But I think overall it came out okay. I don't want to make it too like dimensional or frilly, so I left it kind of plain and blank, so that's why there's not a whole lot of embellishments on it. This one I went a little more crazy with the embellishments, I think because the background is a little bit more busy with the butterflies, but I kind of like these little cards. I thought that they were cute, and then I added on the butterfly and then had this doily. This one, I thought I should put something right here because it looks a little too blank, but overall it's okay. So this is the watercolor cardstock that I colored out of. So it's a little more ivory instead of white, but it's thick. So I decided to use that because I had some scraps. And then here's the last one. So overall, I'm much happier with the kit now that I didn't follow what they had as the samples. I'm really bad, but if I'm not feeling it, like I have a really hard time making it. Like I don't know, I guess I feel like whatever I give somebody, like that's a representation of me. So it's very personal. And even if like I was telling my husband, I bet you like people don't even look at the card when they're getting a sympathy card. They're probably just looking to see who gave it. I know my mom was like that when she went through my stepdad's funeral, but some people do look at it, so I want to still make it look nice, right? Oh, I'm having such a hard time with sympathy cards. But anyway, now that I have a set, I'll be okay probably for the next year or 2 years. So at least I have like, a stock. So I was encouraging my friend. She had bought like, I think a year's worth almost of these Stampin' Up! Kits. And so she's like, I don't know what to do with them. I have so many. And so I told her, well, I don't know if she's going to sell it, but I told her, why don't you make sympathy cards? Because people always want to buy sympathy cards from my experience. But, then at least, or you'll always have a stash. So I think that's what she's going to do, a bunch of those as well. So anyway, it's not the happiest type of card to make, but I think I'm pretty happy with making the use of the kits. So I don't know that I'll be able to make use of the last kit. I was looking at it and it's not flexible enough where I can still use the card bases even, because it still has the image on it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't want to throw it away, but Anyway, so that's my project share. I don't know what I'm gonna work on next because I do wanna do like stuff that I've been wanting to try since getting back into crafting because there was a lot of new things that I haven't done before. So in this last week that I'll be off, I'm gonna try bang out some other projects. But anyway, I want everybody to stay safe. I'm so worried for everybody on the mainland. In Hawaii, we don't have as much of those violence issues with the rioting and stuff, thank goodness. But I'm praying for everybody in the mainland, and I hope everybody's safe. And we already have to worry about the pandemic, so this is just one more thing for people to worry about. So anyway, I hope everybody is careful, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.